Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Mix 24/7 EDM. This is Shayan. I'm here at Global Dance Festival with Freddy Rule. Freddy, we're going to start with some music questions and then move on to just some fun and silly questions. But first, let me ask, how was your set?
It was great. Had a really good crowd. I introduced a new track. Had pretty much the whole thing was night bass,
Nice.
so there's a pretty good following out here for that.
Nice. That's cool, man. Did the crowd react at all to that new track?
Yeah, it was really cool because I had like 12 friends that all wore the same shirt.
Nice.
And I pulled them up on stage, and we had a pretty cool moment.
Okay,
so yeah.
That's cool, man.
And
That's cool.
And the track hits pretty hard.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Okay, nice. All right, so let me ask you a quick question. At what age would you say you started really mixing and producing music?
So I actually did things backwards. I'm a little bit older, and I went to school, grad school. Did the whole straight arrow thing for a very long time, and then I was 30 years old before I even got on a deck.
It's like an Armin van Buuren route, huh?
Yeah. So I've been a little over 2 years now.
Wow, okay.
So,
That's amazing. That's a lot of progress in 2 years.
I worked very hard.
That's awesome. Okay. Now, did you have any DJs that influenced you or that you looked up to when you first started?
Yeah, so I started in Denver. We have a thing called the 100, and the 100 does all of the underground tech house, techno shows, and I'm really into the Dirty Bird side. Mm-hmm. So typically my style of music is Dirty Bird, night bass, and confession, which is like Chami, Mala, so that whole spectrum of house music.
Okay.
So I became a resident through them and worked my way up and went from first opener, direct support. But the guy that runs it, his name is Brennan, and he goes by Option 4. And he's been getting pretty big lately.
He's on right now, right?
Yeah. He actually is doing a project with Vanek for 999 Till Infinity and does a lot of stuff with Psycho Disco.
Nice.
So,
yeah. Oh, that's cool. So, I mean, you've obviously had plenty of experience working, being at Global. You were at Decadence. Mm-hmm. But do you ever get nervous when you get on stage?
There's always that moment right before. Probably my biggest time when I was nervous was I did the official after party for Claude Von Stroke at Decadence.
Okay.
And so he went on from 2 to 5 in the morning and about 2,500 people. And I went on directly after him. That was a little nerve-wracking because I had spent the whole day at Decadence. I was tired.
Yeah, I can't imagine. So you got on stage at 5 in the morning?
5 in the morning till 7.
Wow.
So, and then I had to go back and play Decadence that night.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So it's always that moment before you get on, and then once the music plays, you kind of just,
Well, when you follow someone up like Claude Von Stroke.
Yeah, it's hard. That's a hard act to follow. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel you. So does the crowd influence your set in any way or at all? Do you feed off of them, or do you kind of just know what you want to play in your head and just kind of mix it yourself?
So I think it's really important not to plan your set, but to prepare.
Yeah.
And so I typically mix about 20 tracks an hour, and in that I set multiple cue points of moving in and moving out of the track.
Yep.
And then based on the crowd reaction, we'll determine, per hour, I'll have about 40 tracks that I've picked, selected. All of that stuff is done. Mm-hmm. And then I work on the crowd, and if a track is really vibing, I'll let it play all the way through. And I think that one of the biggest problems that people have in the house music industry, especially in the bass house side, is that they are so quick to try to mix in and out of tracks, but there's so much really good production, especially into the breakdown into the second drop. Yeah. So if the crowd's feeling it, I'll play it all the way out.
I mean, I agree with you. Usually I prefer the second drop more than the first drop because there's more you know what's coming and you have that anticipation and
if you mix it up,
and if you mix it up and then go back to it, I feel like that's a much better combo. But that's just me in my opinion. So if you could collaborate with any current artist, who would you say? Who would it be? I know that's kind of putting you on the spot.
No,
there.
it's all right. I know right off the bat.
All right, great.
There's 2 artists actually that are equal to me. And I think both of them are very underappreciated. There's Dusty Cloud, which is on Confession. Mm-hmm. Literally, my track that I'm releasing, House Music with Bass, has a lot of that feeling in it from one of his tracks, like Bold. Then Jay Robinson from Night Bass is nice. I probably played 5 of his tracks tonight.
Okay, cool. All right.
Some of them unreleased, which was pretty cool. Because he sent them to me.
Nice. All right, so that was the hard part of the interview. Now I'm just going to ask you some silly questions.
Sure.
Do you have any fears or phobias that you were kind of, I know it's hard to admit.
No. Obviously fear of failing.
Yeah.
Embarrassing yourself in front of a bunch of people on stage.
Right.
One of my biggest fears is accidentally dropping the track off in the middle of a set.
What would happen in that instance? The music would just cut out all of it?
Yeah, so if you hit the pause button, which is typically the button that you're pressing to bring in the next track because you're getting the beat.
Yeah.
So let's pretend that you accidentally go to the wrong deck and hit that. Not only does it stop the track, but it puts it all the way back to the beginning.
Oh.
And when I first started getting into DJing, like I said, I've only been doing this for a couple years, and I got to play some pretty big shows. And I was opening up a dubstep show with Bass House.
All right.
And it was Megalodon and Dak Daniels and that really heavy dubstep.
Yeah.
I was using 3 decks for the first time, and I just got confused and hit the wrong one.
And the music cut out?
Yeah, except for the sample that I was playing, which, So I'm very, very cautious, and that is obviously a big fear.
Yeah, and it hasn't happened since, so clearly. Yeah.
That's been about 1.5 years now, yeah.
Okay, good to hear. Stranded on an island. Name 3 things you have to have with you.
It's a tough one. Am I supposed to be creative with this?
No, I mean, for me, here, I'll go myself.
Okay.
For me, it's probably going to be, my music, a source of music. So whether it's going to be my phone or like a Bluetooth speaker or something I just need my music.
Yeah.
So 1 is going to be my music. 2 is going to be some sort of hunting knife or Bowie knife or something that I can carve with, and 3 is probably going to be like a surfboard. Honestly, if I'm on a beach,
yeah,
why not?
That's a pretty good answer.
And that was on the fly. I just literally thought of that myself.
How about this? I would want all my friends.
Hey man, that's 1.
That's 1. I would like an unlimited source of water.
Okay, your list is way better than mine. Yeah.
And maybe a bunch of girls.
There you go. All right. That's 3. Technically, that's 3, so that's pretty good. Okay, who is your favorite superhero?
Probably Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
I just saw that movie, actually. It was really good.
I haven't seen that one yet. My friends went.
Yeah.
My
same friends that you want on the beach, man, they went without you? No. Just playing.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard it was really, really good.
Yeah, no, my friends went without me too, man. I ended up having to go with my girlfriend.
Nice.
Okay, so it's late at night. You know how it is in Denver. You get out, it's 2 a.m. Your late night choice, Taco Bell or McDonald's?
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell for sure.
Yeah, I'd never eat McDonald's.
Never. I mean, Taco Bell is like, what's in there is pretty bad, but 4th meal, man.
I'll stay away from their beef. I don't eat beef.
Yeah.
So I have to probably eat their nachos and maybe cinnamon sticks.
Yeah, I mean, Taco Bell, they have some healthy options, man.
Yeah.
And then you can get something way better than what you can get at McDonald's. I definitely agree with you on that. But that's it, man. You made it through the interview. Congratulations.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. All right, everyone. That wraps up this interview with Freddy Rule. Stay tuned to Mix 24/7 EDM for the latest in dance music and EDM news.